Well, hello there, and welcome to my kitchen here in Baltimore, Maryland. My name's Peyton, and this is Life Should Be Delicious. Today, I got a real treat for you. My buddy Tim is coming in to show us how to make gumbo. So here we go.
What you're going to need is 2 bell peppers, 5 stalks of celery, 12 okra, 4 onions, 1 whole head of garlic, 2 small packs of sausage. We use kielbasa, but any smoked sausage will do. Andouille is the best. About 2 pounds of shrimp, about 2 pounds of chicken, some crab if you can get it. It's not necessary, but it makes it a lot better. 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of vegetable oil, 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and 1 teaspoon of fresh thyme. First, we're going to turn our oven to 375. So the first step is to peel your shrimp. This is going to be for our shrimp stock and the shrimp we're putting in the gumbo. We're going to save the heads and tails and put them in a pot. We're going to put the shrimp off to the side and refrigerate for later. After we're done with all the shells, we're going to fill it just to cover the shells with water, and we're going to turn it on low heat. We don't want it to boil too violently. You don't want it to foam. If it foams, it's too hot. Then we're going to cut the onion, celery, and bell pepper into small squares. We're going to then cut the ends off the okra and cut them into little circles. We're also going to cut the sausage into little wheels. We're going to put those on a tray to brown off. We're going to oil up the sheet pan. We're going to put the sausage and the okra on the sheet pan, put it in our 375-degree oven for about 30 minutes. Our garlic we're going to peel and cut up really small. We're going to hold that to the side for later. Then we're going to put a little oil into the bottom of our pot. We're going to put a small amount of the seasoning blend on the chicken. We're going to brown it off. We're just trying to get a golden color on the outside of the chicken. Remember, you're not cooking it. The chicken's done when it's a nice golden color on the outside. You let it go on a little too far. If it sticks to the pan, that may be a problem in the near future with our roux. So after we're done with searing the chicken, we're going to scrape the pan really well. You don't want to have any rough spots in the bottom of the pan, because the rough spots in the bottom of the pan are going to be an indication of you overcooking the flour in the next step. After we've scraped the bottom of the pan really well, we're going to put 1 cup of oil in the pan. We're going to preheat the oil. You'll know the oil is hot when you start seeing ripples in the surface of the oil. Then we're going to add about half of our flour. While we're adding the flour, we're going to be vigorously stirring with our roux spoon. If you don't have a roux spoon, any wooden spoon with a nice flat bottom will do. After you've incorporated the flour and the oil, you can then add the second half of your flour, continuing to stir. If you see any large clumps, use your spoon to kind of crush the clump so that you can keep incorporating it till it makes a nice even texture. Continue over medium heat, stirring vigorously, making sure to get all of the edges of the pan and passing the spoon across all parts of the bottom of the pan at least once every 30 seconds. If you notice it bubbling or clumping, you may want to turn it down some. This is the most critical step. It's really easy to burn, but don't worry if you burn it, scrub your pan out and start over again. So when we're cooking our roux, it's going to start off white, the color of your flour, and then turn a khaki color. You want to cook your roux down until it turns about a dark milk chocolate color. This is really based on preference. You want to be careful not to let it burn, but you want to hit just the right spot. Once you're satisfied with the color of your roux, it's now time to dump in your vegetables. Be careful, the oil may splatter. Stir vigorously to try to coat all the vegetables evenly with your roux. Once it's coated, you can kind of stop stirring it as frequently. And now we're just going to regularly turn it over on high heat until our onions are clear. Once your onions are clear, it's now time to pour in the shrimp stock that we made. If your shrimp stock doesn't cover all of your vegetables, don't worry, you can just add some water. And now you dumped in your browned off sausage, okra, and your chopped garlic into your pot, and we're going to simmer this for an hour. After 1 hour of simmering, we're going to cut our crabs into quarters and incorporate it into our pot. Simmer again for an hour. "15 minutes before you're ready to serve, go ahead and put your shrimp in and incorporate it, and when you're ready to serve, I would serve it in a bowl over rice." I hope you enjoyed this episode of Life Should Be Delicious. My name's Tim, and I'm just some guy from New Orleans. It's pretty good gumbo. I think you'll like it. And the oil's thinner than the gumbo,
Yeah.
so the oil just runs into the spoon.